and welcome to SmallCap Spotlight. This is the channel where we cast the spotlight on small market cap companies and we give you a platform to hear from their managements. Today we're talking to the MD of Rajoo Engineers. I have with me Ms. Khushboo Chandrakant Doshi, the Managing Director at Rajoo Engineers. Thank you so much for joining us. My first question to you, Ms. Doshi, is from your humble beginnings in 1986 to becoming a leader in extrusion machinery, what would you consider to be the most pivotal decision in Rajoo's journey? I've noticed also that your IPO was oversubscribed by 24 times. What was that initial, early periods like and the foundation blocks that laid to make the company what it is today?
So, yes, about Rajoo Engineers, the journey started in 1986, and that was itself a very pivotal decision in company's trajectory. In 1986, prior to that, Rajoo Engineers was a Rajoo Plastic, and we were into processing of polymers. And that's where we realized the need of technology, which was not available at that point of time in India. And of course, at the cost which Indian processor would afford. So that was the turning point for Rajoo Plastic to become a Rajoo Engineers. And then eventually we kept focusing on the need of our prospect, because we feel that when we are a processor and what all sorts of technical challenges we used to face, how we can address those challenges and making a product which can make life easy for the Indian processor. And that's how we jumped into the machinery manufacturing. And since 1986, our agenda, our aim, our goal remain the same all the time, focusing on the technical development and making technology affordable in Indian processors' doorstep. So this is how the journey started.
And also along the way, how has the whole business offering developed?
Yeah, so it's in a machinery business. We started with one product called a blonde film extrusion. And in those early days, this product used to manufacture carry bags, plastic carry bags. But now, if we talk about the today's scenario, it is more of an entire flexible packaging industry, and that's where we cater to. So other than a blown film line, we have a sheet extrusion system. So we also started catering to a semi-rigid packaging across the globe. Then we do have other product portfolio saying pipe extrusion and all, which contributes into the basically infrastructure and agriculture sector. So this is how we keep expanding our portfolio in terms of a product and the end application and how, but we remain stick to our core, which is extrusion. So under the umbrella of extrusion, now we have an offering called a blonde film extrusion system, sheet line, thermoformers, and extrusion coating and lamination lines.
The company seems to have followed a thoughtful progression, starting with Foilex, which is that mono layer, to now Nona Foil, which is 9 layers. Could you walk us through how this technological evolution has aligned, especially to do with today's market needs?
Yeah, so that's what I talk about, that it is essentially a part of blonde film extrusion. So start from the mono layer, which is mainly cater into a carry bag and a garbage bag and all sorts of application and then the 3-layer came into the picture. The development happened of a 3-layer, which is mainly goes into the milk film packaging and other non-barrier applications. Then 5-layer came, which when we introduced the barrier concept in the blonde film line. And eventually 7-layer came that talk about the more high barrier films. And now the 9-layer comes, which talk about barrier film, but it is a recyclable. So this is the concept we started, because now everybody is talking about the sustainability and while talking about the plastic usage. So under the sustainability program, we decided to develop the film, machine which produce the barrier film, but it is a recyclable. So that's how in the year of 38 years of a journey, starting from single layer, now offering to a 9 layer is and that is also displaying that how our vision is aligned with the market needs and the kind of environmental aspect coming and focusing on the business. This is we thought this should be the priority, and that's how we got into the development of the product.
So all of these different products that you just mentioned, they of course have different utilities across different industries. If one has to divide it industry-wise, where does the biggest chunk of your revenue come from?
Around 45 to 50% coming from flexible packaging industry. And another 15 to 20% comes from semi-rigid packaging industry. And another 10 to 15% coming from infrastructure and agriculture. And we have now developed the product which goes into the renewable sector as well. And that also contribute to 1 or 2% of total revenue pie.
And how do you see this pie changing over the course of the next few years?
I feel that agriculture and infrastructure would surely increase their portion in the entire pie in coming days. As far as the renewable is concerned, India is still under, it's getting ready for building up the entire ecosystem. Where if we talk about the China currently, the entire ecosystem for solar industry is there. And that's how the products and machinery is performing. So India is still under the, early days where the entire market and ecosystem is getting ready for it. So we see that in the next 1 or 2 years, the revenue pie will not be occupied by the renewables, but it will take a good chunk of pie in after 2 to 3 years.
Over the years, you've had several technical collaborations, Bausano and Figli in Italy, MEAF machines in the Netherlands, and earlier also Commodore Inc. in the United States. How have these partnerships influenced Rajoo's technological capabilities?
Right. So Raju Bausano is our joint venture company, and there is a partnership with a company called Bausano and Figli. That's an Italian company run by the third generation now. And the partnership came into the picture because we were searching for the technology as far as the infrastructure sector was concerned. And we started doing business together since 2009-10. So that was the time when we started working together and established the company in India. Which can contribute into the infrastructure industry. Mainly, the Raju Bausano produce pipe extrusion systems and WPC and granulation lines for the various applications and all sorts of machinery which basically caters to PVC segments. And so with this particular company, we could bring a latest technology to the Indian doorstep, and that's how they really helped us.
You've started exports to Tanzania and now serve 70 plus countries. Could you share some insights from this internationalization journey?
Tanzania was the first company where we exported in our early days. But then eventually we started focusing on many other countries, and that's how we have reached at a 70 plus countries. Currently, we export more than 50% of the total revenue in the countries like Asia Pacific regions, Africa, all sorts of Africa, including South Africa as well. Then few of the things to Europe and Middle East as well. So these are the focus countries for us where we are having the installation. Apart from that, I mean, if you talk about how we have reached all this thing is basically because of we have a very good agent network, and we do have a very strong service network across the globe. So we have a local service engineer available as and when our machines are going abroad and any other new territories. So the having the strong service support available makes the journey smooth as compared to, when you go and find out the any different territories which is new for you. You take some time to understand the customers' needs and the culture and the expectations. But here we have a local agent network which makes entire thing smooth for us, and that's how currently we are targeting the international territories for us.
Which emerging markets excites you the most and why?
The US is something exciting for us at this point of time. We feel that kind of um, product with the enhanced features which we have developed is ready to ship and market in the US market against the competition of Europe and China too, because now the policy is also getting changed and people are now more moving towards China plus one strategy, which also are creating a great opportunity for the US market.
You've implemented SAP S4 HANA, being an industry first in India. How has this transformed your operational capabilities?
I mean, SAP itself is a landmark event in our life because we failed five different ERP system prior to get into the SAP. So since we have a very good experience in the failures, we were all set while we implemented the SAP. In fact, we have implemented SAP HANA in a shortest possible time of 9 months across the company, and then subsequently we took it across the group. So now our all other group companies as well are on the SAP, and as as uh, as it is a requirement for the business, it streamlines the processes, and moreover it gives the correct picture of the business. Sometimes we miss to see many parameters which your balance sheet and P&L talk about, but then we miss to look at those and considering those aspects. But then after having the SAP, it has helped us a lot in terms of inventory management and tracking the entire customer's journey right from getting the order to the dispatch. And that has also enabled us to improve the customer's experience, and we can give them a real time status of the order. So this is something very good, and of course it's a really a transformative journey for Rajoo Engineers.
With 140 crores in your order books and margins expanding, EBITDA margins, if I'm not wrong, was 16.10% recently. What are the key drivers of maintaining this growth momentum?
Being ahead of time and keep developing new things, keep bringing new features in the product, and market that particular thing considering the customer's need. That is something is really improving our margin. When we know our customers so closely, what they want, how the things would benefited to their business. If we consider those aspects, then probably this is the time where we land up with having a good margins, because the research and development happening in the right direction, knowing the customer needs so precisely. So whatever development happened in last 5 years, that is bringing fruit for us.
You've also maintained some strong relationship with marquee customers like Uflex and Reliance. How do you plan on adding on to this customer base?
We have a very good customers in our portfolio, like Constantia, Reliance, Synthetic Packers, all those big giants, and all the raw material suppliers, even like IOCL, HEML, and all those. So why could we acquire them as a customer? Because whatever the solution they were seeking as far as the new technology was concerned, we could brought that on a table. And to further enhance our approach towards any customer is to understand their need. We believe in having the complete understanding about the customer's need and design the solution according to their need and the budget. Instead of selling the machine, our approach would be more of a consultative, where we can offer them the right solution according to their requirements. And this is what is the strategy going forward as well.
Looking at your financials, there seems to be some strong growth even despite all those economic cycles that we've been through. How did Raju actually navigate through major disruptions like in the 2008 financial crisis and even more recently in the pandemic?
Of course, as we all know that every business has ups and downs. And of course, the time during 2008, probably it was the tough time for every small and large industry, where there was a recession. And we also face a lot of challenge in the survival. And as we know that COVID has impacted the entire world, and Rajoo Engineers was not excluded from that. But the idea is to see the opportunity in every adverse situation. Every adverse situation can get you the better opportunity, and if you pick the opportunity at the right time, and then probably we can get out of the situation. And that is the same thing happened even during the COVID. In a shortest period of time, we developed the mask making machine and we helped people having the machine, which has not only improved our internal cash flow, but also given the solution to our customers to fight with the COVID, where everybody was, not aware of what the situation is and how to, cope up with the situation. So in whatever best we could do, we done during those time. And then the life was beautiful after COVID, because it has also increased the market. The market of flexible packaging has gone up, and it was growing at a 15%. So that has also contributed at a large extent in the growth story after COVID. Basically, as I mentioned, that every adverse situation gets us the good opportunity, and that's what we keep looking for even in the bad times.
Given your journey from a single product company to offering 26 plus products across 6 segments, what is your vision for Raju's next phase of evolution?
Being a plastic extrusion machinery manufacturer, we would still like to do our part for the industry as a whole. And so our more focus would be on the product, which is more give you a recyclable solutions. That's where the entire world is looking at, and we would keep developing the products considering the recyclability in the plastic and sustainability for the business.
Now, as a family managed professional business, how do you balance maintaining the core values that built Raju while bringing in professional management practices?
We have a mixture of family members and the professionals in the business. And we have a very nice drafted all sorts of policies and procedures in a place, which which is already implemented on all sorts of professionals as well, and the family members as well. While both the team work hands on hands, having some sets of rules, regulations, and policies, it gives a very good diversified management bandwidth, which enable Raju to which enable Raju for the newer heights. So this is something which is very important when the family business runs. Our family businesses are being handled by the promoters and the professionals. Sets of rules should be equal for all of them.
Could you also tell us about the key people helping you execute your vision within the management team? What roles do they play in helping you achieve the company's goals?
We have a good management, a mixture of a first generation and a second generation. So those key people who has spent more than 30 years with the company, they are still with us as a mentor and advisor role. And so I would not hesitate to take the name of those people we have Mr. JT Jalavadia, who used to be our CFO and now is in a mentor role. Then we have our Mr. Sunil Jain, who is the president and executive director of the company and guiding us from last more than 25 years. Then we have Mr. R.N. Doshi, who is the group chairman and who has started this company way back in 1986. He's still there, available as a advisor, mentor, and as a resource. And and apart from these three, we have many more employees who has worked with the first generation and now almost at our age of retirement, but serving us as a mentor and advisor. So the board has a good mixture of the young people who has a lot of energy, and then experienced people who has a experience in channelizing this energy. So it's a good mixture, and all put together everything. It's they are really helping us to align our vision with the existing team members and the newcomers as well.
Ms. Doshi, it was an insightful conversation indeed. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to our viewers for watching. For more such videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on SmallCap Spotlight's YouTube channel.